start tonight with Peter Navarro, Senior Counselor for Trade and Manufacturing. Peter, good to see you. Welcome back to the programs. We've been told for a long time that tariffs are part of a negotiating strategy, the art of the deal, if you will. These are going into effect next week. So are we to believe that this is no longer a negotiating strategy and that these tariffs are now the real thing that are going to take effect?
Well, Leland, these tariffs are the real thing that are going to take effect, and they have a very distinct purpose. They are designed to bring our defense industrial base back and to create great jobs for Americans at great wages. And if I may give you a little historical context, I don't know if you ever heard the term arsenal of democracy, but the arsenal of democracy back in World War II days was the notion that it wasn't just our soldiers and sailors and pilots that won that war. It was our manufacturing base. And at the time, the autos were the auto industry provided the Jeeps, the tanks, all of that. Now, let's think about how far we've fallen. And it's really important to understand that Trump tariffs on autos include auto parts, because it's the auto parts that we're missing in the equation. You start with 16 million vehicles that we buy each year as consumers. Half of those are imports, right out the door. No jobs, nothing. The factory's gone. But the other half of that is foreign content. And what the foreign countries have done using industrial policy and cheating and the like, they focused on the highest value-add parts in a car, the drivetrain. It's the engines, transmissions, the drivetrain. We call that the powertrain. We make 19% of the engines
Peter,
that go into
I say this
the cars we buy in America.
These are all fascinating statistics.
The punchline
I understand the statistics.
Is Japan and Germany, well, your viewers don't. The point is that they're making all the good stuff parts, we're not. And what we're trying to do is get that back. And to your timing question, I can address that as well, because this is going to happen fast.
Okay, so I guess that the question, right, is President Trump says there's going to be a short-term disruption. Everyone agrees prices are going to go up in the short term. 25% tariffs, cars become more expensive on April 3rd, right? We can all agree on that.
Let's talk about the adjustment process. We've got about 65% capacity utilization in our auto industry right now in this country. What that means is that there's tremendous
Peter, I don't need 65%. I just want give me a little bit of agreement here. Give me a little bit of agreement. On April 4th, when somebody goes to a car dealership, or a couple of weeks after, once the cars have been imported and the tariff's been paid, certain cars in America are going to be substantially more expensive. We can all agree on that. The question is, President Trump keeps saying short-term disruption.
Well, we can't all agree on the magnitude. We can't agree on the magnitude.
Okay, there's going to be some price increase. It's going to happen. Short-term disruption. That's what President Trump keeps saying. Short-term disruption. How long do you all view as the short term? When do Americans actually see the economic benefits of this?
They're going to see it immediately. Let's take the tariffs themselves. We're going to raise $100 billion in auto tariffs alone. What President Trump is going to do retroactively in the tax bill that absolutely has to get passed is a major tax credit for people who buy American content cars. So that's going to pay for a lot of the problem that you're referencing here. The auto company's going to eat a lot of that. We're going to bring gas prices down, as we're doing now. For every dollar we reduce them, it's another $1,000 in consumer spending, which we enrich them there. And over the long term, we get, and the long term is not that long when you consider the low capacity utilization. I'm telling you, Leland, there's going to be a race, and the companies that are going to win, whether they're the big three, Stellantis, GM, and Ford, or whether it's Honda, whether it's Mercedes-Benz, they're all going to race to bring domestic content here, and we've got plenty of room to run because they put us out of business. We've got all those factories.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying the consumer's not going to pay for the tariffs, okay? Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, who was about as pro-Donald Trump as I've ever heard, says the tariffs are not a tax. Rand Paul, I think tariffs are a tax on the consumer. The consumer's going to going to eat some of this. You're saying short term they eat it, long term America, lights its economy on fire. The Ford CEO seems to say that the short term is not that short. Take a listen.
It's probably, 12 to 15 months before you're putting a shovel in the ground. And then it's probably another, 24 to 36 months before that plant is built and then ramps up.
So are you saying you understand the economics of the auto industry better than the CEO of Ford?
Indeed, I do, because the CEO of Ford has a vested interest in not having domestic production here. They're spread out all over the world. And I'll tell you, Honda has more domestic content in their cars than Ford has in a lot of their cars. So the point is that, yeah, if you're trying to build a new greenfield plant, it's going to take a while. But we got 65% capacity utilization. That means there's 30% at least that we can run with without worrying about inflation or supply chain bottlenecks. Leland, there's going to be a massive push to get jobs here in the capacity that we have. You got to remember, they've devastated us. They've left us in shambles here. We can get that stuff going a lot faster than greenfield investment. And it's going to be
when you say that stuff going, what do you mean? I don't even understand what you mean when you say get that stuff going. You're saying that old plants are going to be brought back?
Building more engines here, building more transmissions here, building more drive chains here, building more tires here. We have the capabilities. We used to do that. We were 100% in 1970. We did everything. We were a manufacturer. Now we're a colony
I've heard your
Germany
arguments,
and Japan and Korea with respect to auto industry.
I've heard your arguments, Peter, and look, you and I have gone back and forth for years on this stuff, and I always appreciate you being willing here to come and to talk about it, and it's always better when it's in studio and we don't have this delay, and we will do that in a couple of weeks now. But consumer confidence plummets, or next week when these take effect. The portion of U.S. consumers anticipating a recession remains at a 9-month high. Americans' view of their financial future slumped to a 12-year low. If things are going to be so great, as you promise and as the president promises, why don't Americans feel that way?
Let me remind you, Leland, that all these people who are crying wolf and disaster were the same people back in the first term who said that was going to happen, and all we had was price stability and prosperity. So there's a cry wolf credibility problem.
There wasn't nearly these kind of tariffs. There weren't nearly these kind of tariffs in the first term.
Historic tariffs on China. Historic. They were massive tariffs on China. But the point is that the data that we've seen doesn't justify any concerns about recession. We're getting robust job numbers. The inflation numbers are looking good. We're seeing bond yields go down, which helps our housing and mortgage interest rates. So there's some, look, you and I both know that the vast majority of the media doesn't like the Trump administration, and they're going to propagate the inflation story. They're going to propagate the recession story. And to the extent that that's going to influence consumer confidence, that's irresponsible, because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The media would look. They hate Trump more than they love America, and they're doing anything they can. And this is another issue. Just look at what happened the last time.
Well, you're always
look at what happened.
You're always
said
welcome.
The same
Peter,
thing. You could go back and look at the clips.
I gotta go. We got to go. You're always welcome to come back, and I want you to come back next week in studio.
Yes,
Promise
sir.
me you will, to talk about as things take effect. Good to see you, sir. Peter Navarro,
I like it back there. I don't like the delay either.
We got the
Take care.
We got the tape marked. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.